Golly, don't you know, I'm here at Axeda's Connection 2011, and I've got Matt Stoll with me, who's from Minnetronix. And Minnetronix obviously is not about small tronics.
Not
it's
at all.
about Minnesota.
Absolutely.
And that's why I made the little pun here. Matt, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So now, real quick, you are dealing with new products development and new strategies for people. So who's your typical customer?
Our typical customer is a small or mid-sized medical device manufacturer. So they have, generally they're venture funded, and they have intellectual property for medical device indication. And it's cost prohibitive to hire an R&D engine and get it to a point where they're taking the device to the clinic. So they come to us, we act as their engineering, quality, and R&D firm.
Really?
So
and how far do I take this now? Like, is this prototype, or do you help them figure out product engineering and how to go into production?
The whole 9 yards, all the way to commercialization.
All the way to commercialization. And if I would have the patent first, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
you come to us with the idea, we help you build it, you take it to the clinic, you come back. In some cases, we continue to manufacture for the company as they operate.
Okay. Now there's a lot of normal assurances on clinics type trials and things like that.
Yes.
So that can be a lengthy process, right? Typically.
Indeed.
Typically, what's the span for your customer? How long do you work with them?
Well, for some of them we've worked with, I think, for up to 10 years. I think a typical span is about 3 to 5. For a high-risk device, it can be 7 to 10 years.
Okay.
It's just a long process.
And now we actually had an event in New York a little while ago about medical devices, and it's spaghetti at most hospitals. So
it is.
Tell me about the desire to move to wireless. Is that a big driver for people?
Well, it is, because once a company gets their fleet out into the hospitals and the clinics, there's a large amount of data that's extremely valuable that they simply don't have access to anymore. So over the 15 years that we've been doing this, we've learned from our customers that they'd love to get access to that data. But putting wireless communications and getting the intelligence and getting the systems up to do that are well outside their wheelhouse, and there's a number of technical and regulatory challenges that they just don't want to deal with. They're focused on getting their indication to market so they can make money. So we've developed what we're calling a remote medical device intelligence system that we can put into our customers' devices as we're designing them, so they can kind of have their cake and eat it too. They can get a quality, functional medical device that they can get to market. At the same time, they can get this intelligence without having to bear the R&D and operating costs of building that system themselves.
And is that on top of the Axeda platform? So
Correct.
In effect, what we've got is a module on top of a platform that's then available for your general prototyping with your customer base.
So we have some hardware that we've built that's in the embedded side that has the Axeda agent in it. We're using the Axeda Enterprise. We're using the software as a service model. And then we have our own application server that's turning that into specific information and serving that up to web and mobile clients.
Okay, and are most of your clients thinking of themselves as products, or are they thinking of themselves as services? Do you expect a transition as a result of how M2M works?
It's kind of a tricky model, because the vending machine model is very popular in medical device. So they'll drop a $20,000 console and they're for free, and then they're selling $2,000 disposables. So every time it's used is $2,000 a pop, but they've got an extremely expensive vending machine on site. So it's somewhere between a product and a service.
Interesting.
Some customers are explicitly, like we call it the ice cream truck model, they will go from clinic to clinic in an area, loan the device out for a few hours, put it back in the truck when the clinic's done with it, and take it to the next site the next day. So it's even that explicit. Interesting.
Sounds good. Now, just so people, I think we've got your website figured out based on your shirt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Typically, what's the initial contact with people? You're the guy who makes the initial contact. How do we get in touch with you?
I was about to say, you could call our offices in St. Paul. I'm actually a product manager in our new ventures group, so I go out and come up with new ideas for us. We have sales engineers who our customers could talk to get engaged with us and start the process.
Okay. So you actually also act as a VC from time to time? Am I hearing that?
It's rare, but we can. We can act as sometimes, very rarely, we take an equity interest in our customers. My CEO would get a little mad at me for saying that. But we're also looking at new technologies to commercialize internally and take our own technologies to the clinic as well.
Cool, great. Really thank you for your time, Matt.
Thank you.